Hi, good morning all. Today we will discuss two topics, voice recognition and voice synthesizer. Now we have many robots, that is the humanoid robot that will understand our commands and do some action. That robots also capable for speaking to us, that is generating some sound signals also. For this purpose they will use two technologies, that is voice recognition and voice synthesizer. Taking our sound signal through a microphone, processing and understanding some and doing some things is known as voice recognition. Generating some sound signals are known as voice synthesizer. Now we will discuss one by one. The process voice recognition. The process involves determining what is said and taking an action based on the perceived information, that is known as voice recognition. It will take signal and doing some action. So voice recognition systems generally work on the frequency content of the spoken words. It's based upon the frequency content. Its basic fundamental idea is that any sound signal may decompose it into series of sines and cosines, so that a sound signal contains series of sines and cosines of different frequencies at different amplitude. This is the basic idea behind the voice recognition system. When a word is spoken and its frequency is determined, the result is compared with a lookup table. First we have to speak some words, that is switch on the light. Then its frequency will undetermined. Then result compared with a lookup table. A lookup table will be there. Then checking with that lookup table and easily we can do some action. If a close match is found, the word is recognized. The first step is to identify or recognize the word. That is the first step. So accuracy is the one of the important topic. So improving the accuracy, there should be training process. It is necessary to train the system with more repetition. The similar system can be found in our mobile system and computer. So every word or every letter, when decomposed into the constituent frequency, it will generate a unique signature. So based upon this unique signature, we can identify the word. So that unique signature composed of its major frequencies, which allow the system to recognize the word. So it is the basic principle. So every word will convert into a unique signature, which will depends upon the major frequency. So one of the important thing is that user must train the system by speaking the words to create a lookup table of the major frequencies of the spoken words. So the system should familiarize with the voice of user. So training is needed. So for this purpose, user will speak to the system with the different words. So a voice recognition has a great role in a robot, especially humanoid robot. So many robots have occupied with voice recognition system in order to communicate with user. Otherwise user has to do some programming or use some pendant to control the robot. Instead of this controlling mechanism, the user can easily command to the robot. So voice recognition is implemented for the easiness. In the most cases, the robot is trained by the user and it can recognize the words that trigger a certain action in response. The training is mandatory. The training will improve the result. If a sound signal is properly recognized, then it will generate a signal to the controller. The controller can decide the action, which the robot has decided. Now we will go to the voice synthesizer. In the previous topic, we have discussed about voice recognizer. In that topic, sound signal is taken from human process and doing some action by the robot. Here, robot is going to communicate to the user in the sound through the sound signal. For this purpose, we will use the voice synthesizer. So, voice synthesizer is accomplished in two different ways. It can achieve in two different ways. First is using a IC. Then second one is storing the words. First step is to recreate each word by combining phonemes and vowels. This can be accomplished with the commercially available phonemes chip and corresponding program. Some chips are available, some kind of text to speech modules. But the drawback is it sounds unnatural and machine-like voice. It's not like a humanoid voice. It's a machine-like voice. That is only the drawback. But it's very simple. It can easily achievable using some kind of text-to-speech IC. Then second method. The second method is to record the words that the system may need to synthesize and access them from memory to type as needed. Here our commands or our sound signal will recording to the system either as a memory device or tape, and by playing method it can produce the voice. So here we use the natural sounds. The system sounds very natural. The drawback is it's very limited, which is depends upon the memory size of the device. As long as all the words that the machine needs to say are known a priori, the system can be used. Another drawback is the whole words should be stored into memory device. So system should know what are the words are going to be used. And the advantages of the text to speech module, we can convert any text to a speech. Here is the two methods of voice synthesizer. So far we have discussed voice recognition system and voice synthesizer. Both are very useful in the robotics application. Hope you understood. Thank you.